So, when it comes to crypto safety, how do you avoid losing your hard-earned bitcoins? Well, actually, in this video, we're going to cover some of the top tips for crypto safety. And if you're new to the channel, guys, my name is Jay Campbell. Welcome to Maximize Your Money, where we focus on how to make, manage, and multiply your money. And in this situation, it's of course focusing on managing our money because when you have your Bitcoin, just like when you have money in a bank, you've got to be able to protect it. The difference when you have your money in a bank is that the bank are the ones that are protecting your money for you, as opposed to cryptocurrency. If your money somehow goes missing or you accidentally send it to somebody else that you shouldn't have, or just in case you got a victim to one of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, then it could be very hard to actually get your hard-earned crypto back, because once you send the crypto, that is irreversible. That could be gone forever. So pay very close attention. Just want to say, nothing in this video is financial advice. These are just things that I've personally used to actually be more clever about the way that I'm storing my cryptocurrencies. And with that said, let's get started. So have you ever get one of those dodgy emails that looks like it's from a legitimate company, but really it's not? This is what we call phishing emails. And this is one of the biggest ways that you could actually accidentally lose your cryptocurrency. Now, this is just one thing for you to keep in mind to actually stay safe, and it's good to just have in mind anyway for online safety. I've had in the past emails looking like they're coming from Amazon, for example, telling me to sign in with my username and password because one of my orders couldn't come to me. Of course, I checked the actual email of that sender, and surprise, surprise, it was not Amazon. And the funny thing is that if I wasn't switched on, they could have easily lured me into typing in my username and password, getting access to my account, and I could have been a victim of their scam. The same thing is true with cryptocurrencies as well. You can have these phishing emails that come round to you that will ask you to, send your bitcoins to this certain address in order to keep it safe, or it might look legitimate, but one thing for sure is that you should never, ever, ever send your private keys or recovery seed to anybody else. You shouldn't just randomly sign into any dodgy emails asking you to kind of go into your account to check things out. Always make sure before you go and actually take action on an email that the sender is legitimate. If you've got any concerns, then do make sure to go and Google that kind of email first. See if other people are reporting it as a scam. And if in doubt, of course, go into the app yourself, see if there's any notifications there. And that is one way to keep yourself much, much safer. So stay safe, guys, with your emails. That is my number one very first tip. Now, the second thing to do is that we all know that you might have your crypto on an exchange. Maybe Coinbase is probably one that most of you guys use. You might have Binance, maybe eToro. There are a lot of these platforms that are quite popular now. And what you want to do is, at the very minimum, is to have something called two-factor authentication on. That means if for some reason whatsoever somebody does get hold of your password, then you can have a backup option where, rather than them just getting straight into the account and being able to access your crypto, when you have two-factor authentication, it's going to send you a text message first with a special unique code. And if they don't have that unique code, then they're not going to be able to access the account. You've also got the option with Binance to have like the two-factor authentication, including a text message to you and an email as well. So it's just extra, extra secure. So that is a really, really good tip to have that just as a backup. And you are going to know if somebody's trying to get into your account or somebody's got your password, because you're going to get a random two-factor authentication text code, and you will know that that was not you that tried to access your account. So really, really good tip there if you didn't know about that one. Now, I was actually doing some research, and there was a special case many, many years ago where a certain company called Mt. Gox, they were a crypto exchange, and there have been a few of these in history that had not done the best job of securing people's crypto. A lot of people had lost lots and lots of Bitcoins, especially back then when the price was like a lot cheaper for Bitcoins than it is today. And people had really never ever got their crypto back when some of these exchanges went bust, or they got hacked, or things that were unexpected happened, and the cryptocurrency holders were the ones that actually made the loss, because their crypto was on the exchange and they couldn't do anything about it once their crypto was gone via a hack or just the company disappearing. So to avoid any of those instances happening yourself, one thing that we can do to kind of reduce the risk of losing our hard-earned crypto is by having our crypto across a few exchanges. that is one way, just to kind of diversify the risk a little bit. But another way is that rather than having our crypto on any of these exchanges at all, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, for example, we can get a hardware device. And with these hardware devices, it's basically a way for you to store your cryptocurrencies offline. There are some really common ones, and for example, you've got like Trezor, you've got Nano Ledger. Personally, I would recommend Trezor as a really go-to hardware wallet. And with that being said, when you have these wallets, it just means that as long as you have your secret passcode, that nobody can access your cryptocurrencies apart from you, and you can have them offline, and you will always be able to access your cryptocurrencies as long as you have your special recovery key. So that is something that is great to do, because now even if the exchange get hacked, like for example, worst case scenario, I mean, I'd never want this to happen, of course. Imagine Binance or Coinbase actually being hacked, or something unexpectedly happening, and we were the ones that had lost our crypto because we didn't own it and they did. Then, you know, a lot of these cases we could have actually fully lost our crypto and our Bitcoins. But if we have it on our private hardware devices, then we are the ones in control of our crypto, and I think that's great. The only downside to that is that you are now fully responsible for your crypto. You know, you are going to be the one that needs to be, you know, keeping your recovery code very, very private to yourself, and you're going to need to obviously have it in a place where it's memorable, or just memorize it off the top of your head. These are things that you want to do to really secure yourself. So I think these are the biggest ways, some nice concise tips for you to store your cryptocurrency safely, for you to be safer about the way that you're doing things online. And, you know, just remember that, of course, nobody ever expects an exchange to get hacked or a company to just go bust overnight. But these things have happened in the past, and it just shows they can happen in the future. No, we don't want these things to happen, but it's just a precaution, because these things can happen. And I just know for myself that I would want to be in a responsible position, that if something like that did happen, then I was to have taken everything in the right way beforehand to make sure that I'd properly secured myself. So I hope that's really helpful, guys. If you really love this video, go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content covering the UK stock market, cryptocurrencies, investing, and really how to just manage money and make money better from a UK perspective. That is everything for me in this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. 2 videos on the screen with some extra content. Go ahead and check these out as well if you'd like to see more videos on crypto and investing.